let's do a water change. So this is how we do a water change on the 170 gallon. Fish are looking marvelous. So the first thing we do is we open this valve right here. This valve is hooked up to that pump that runs through that canister that returns back to the tank. Now that the valve is open, is now going underneath the house into the sewer system and drains in there. Yeah, that was my finger. Then we're going to shut down the Waveline pump. And the Waveline is running through the trickle filter. It sends the water back up into the tank. It'll take about 5 minutes, which we are not going to sit here and watch, but you can see in that short period of time the water level is already coming down. Now normally I will do 50% water change twice a week, every Wednesday and every Sunday. However, for demonstration purposes, I'm pretty much done. So now that the tank is drained as far as we're going to drain it, we're going to turn that valve off, which is now putting water back into the tank. And yes, my returns are kind of hidden, as you might be able to see. And no, you're not going to be able to. But there's some coming out there and some coming out in the back. And then this rock, which is mounted to the acrylic, has a pump in it that circulates the water in that rock so it doesn't become stagnant. So then, and this is going to be difficult, but I'm going to do it anyway, is I'm going to essentially, because we just took out about, let's say 20 gallons. In this case, I'm going to dump in about 60 gallons worth of prime, which I don't care if it's too much or not. I'm going to turn this valve on, cold water, and this valve on, which is going to be hot water. And between the two, which I've measured them based off of my on-demand hot water heater, comes out to be 81 degrees, give or take, obviously, depending on the time of year. And once this gets filled, I will then turn that Waveline pump back on, which it won't take long for the water to fill up. And yes, I don't know how to edit, I don't know how to do all those things. So we're just going to have to deal with being bored for a minute. And I'll turn this pump back on. So now the pump is running. And it will essentially dump it behind that rock, which you can't see the water returns. And yes, see, that's what drives me crazy. But I called them again today. They are ready, so I'm going to go pick them up finally, and I'll just install them myself because I'm tired of waiting for the guy. So the pump's running, filling the tank, fill. We're all bored now. But anyway, that is how I do a water change. No buckets, no hoses, and it's the same way on the 390, except for on that one I use a proportioning valve or a dosing valve for the prime, which is mainly a peristaltic pump that I set the orifice at based off of gallons, just flow rates. A little more sophisticated. It's also a little more problematic. I'm probably going to take it out and go to this manual method because it's not that difficult. Anyway, that's how water changes are done in our house. Have a good one.